How does the church together see the peace of Christ rule? And that's an important word. In this passage here, what Paul is saying, the call is to let the peace of Christ rule. He picked that word because it's an interesting word to use. In the original Greek, this word meant that idea of an empire. That in an athletic a competition, they had these umpires, all right? We don't know what the games were, but the role was there back in these days. And so he's using this picture, and this is an illustration that we need to understand that what he's saying is you want the peace of Christ to be an umpire in your life. That is that it controls, right? That it rules, that it sees a verdict given in contested conflicts, right? So think about this for a second. We don't know what these games were, but maybe you like baseball, or maybe you like football, or maybe you watch the Olympics. Imagine any of those sports you can think of, if it was just left up to the two teams playing, how the game would actually happen, right? Like if we had baseball teams, I don't really like baseball, but imagine this, that the strike zone was determined by the hitter, okay? Now every time they're going to call it a ball, right? Correct? They swing and miss, oh, that was a ball. No, right? If it was left up to the pitcher's going to throw a strike every single time, right? Baseball would be chaotic. Football would be chaotic. All of the Olympic games that we watched, had there not been a judge that calls in and out, and this is right and that's wrong, this is a foul, this is a penalty, it would be chaotic. Sports would be utter chaos without an umpire, without someone that sort of controls and guides and watches the game, right? This is exactly the picture that Paul is giving us of what the benefit is if we let the peace of Christ rule. It's the same case in our relationships with others. We have to have something that is a decisive factor, right? There has to be something that's guiding and leading us. Because just because we're Christians doesn't mean we're all going to get along, right? There's still this element where I'm selfish. There's still this element where you're selfish, right? We have these interests that we sort of want to push forward, and we wish the group would go this way. We wish my friends would do this, right? We constantly battle this. Although we've received the peace of Christ, we still sort of battle this old self, and there's these things that we want. There's this nature that we still have. And so Paul says, hey, listen, let the peace of Christ rule. Let it be a decisive factor in our life.